Whoa, I thought I could get a little peace and quiet in here, but I guess not. Hi friends, I'm Dr. Schulze, and I was just reading here about the big shock, the earthquake in Chile, but the bigger shock is what isn't happening all across America in this room right here, the bathroom and on the toilet. Now you've all heard my story, and you know that as a child, I barely went once a week, and most members of my family, they only went once a week too. I was horribly constipated as a kid, and that caused all sorts of health problems for me. So when I first started investigating health, I traveled all over the world in search of what is normal when it comes to a bowel movement. And I finally had to go find primitive people living off the land, not having much stress, drinking plenty of fluids, eating lots of fresh food that they gathered every day, and eating lots of high fibers food, where I could find normal bowel movements. Now, how many people do you know that traveled the world in search of the normal bowel movement? Well, I did, my friends. So let's take a look at some numbers. We're going to do some Dr. Schulze mathematics right here, right now. Okay, according to medical books in America, what's normal is to have between 3 and 5 bowel movements a week. And you'll find that in medical books, and you'll find that in health textbooks that your children come home from school with. And you'll find that 3 to 5 bowel movements a week is what the American authorities think is normal. Now, if that's true, at 4 bowel movements a week, 4 times 52 weeks in a year is 208 bowel movements a year, times the average lifespan of 80 years is 16,640 bowel movements in the average American's lifetime. Now what I discovered, okay, back up that camera, get a little Dr. Schulze in here. Okay, what I discovered is that the primitive people were having 3 bowel movements a day on average, 1 bowel movement for every major meal that they ate, and they were having about 3 major meals a day, so they were having about 3 easy bowel movements a day. Well, the 3 bowel movements a day times 7 days a week, that's 21 bowel movements a week instead of 4. 21 times 52 weeks in the year is 1,092 bowel movements a year, and 1,092 times 80, the average lifespan, is 87,360 bowel movements in their lifetime of primitive people versus the 16,640 of us constipated Americans. Now let's take a look at that number right here. 87,360 for the primitive people, 16,640 for us constipated Americans. That means that the average American is over 70,000 bowel movements short in their lifetime. And I always say that number, and I wanted you to see how I came up with that number. Over 70,000 bowel movements short. Now, who cares? Well, the only reason to care is because of these numbers, Americans have awarded themselves the highest incidence of bowel disease of any people on the planet, of any country in the world, because we're 70,000 bowel movements short. Now, according to Merck's manual, one of the most prestigious international medical texts about the diagnosis and prognosis of disease. According to Merck's manual, I'll repeat that, every American will have some type of bowel disease if they live long enough. Every American. In the 1950s, it was 10%. In the 1960s and 70s, it was a little bit more. But now they're saying that every American. I mean, bowel disease has gotten so prevalent. You know, all we hear about is breast cancer, how horrible it is, and it is. But 200% more people die from colon rectal cancer. And all you men are worried about prostate cancer, and it is horrible. But 200% more people die from colon rectal cancer than prostate cancer. In fact, colon rectal cancer is the #1 cancer when you put men and women together in a group. In fact, 400% or 4 times more more people die from colon rectal cancer than even from AIDS. But all we hear about is breast cancer, prostate cancer, and AIDS. Let me tell you, it's my job to let you know what's really killing you. And what's really killing you and causing just about every disease is the amount of times that you are not in this room per week. Okay, where does this problem start? Well, this problem really begins not in this room, but in the kitchen. Because what we're putting in our mouth can't get out of our body and constipates us. And this is constipation and this lack of bowel movements that's causing just about every disease known, and certainly a lot of colon disease, a lot of stomach diseases, a lot of ulcers, a lot of diverticulitis, a lot of polyps in our bowel, and even colon rectal cancer, and all the other diseases with the itises from colitis to irritable bowel syndrome, and I could go down a list of 100 diseases. So friends, let's get to the kitchen, because as I said, that's the root cause of what we're putting in here and why it isn't coming out of us. We're going to the kitchen. Okay, friends, here we are in the kitchen. The kitchen is the birthplace of constipation, the birthplace of all types of digestive diseases from your mouth to your rectum, the birthplace of colon rectal diseases, colon diseases, even colon rectal cancer. It all starts here with what we're not eating and unfortunately what we're eating. So the first thing I want to talk about is fiber. You know, the majority of the American diet is animal foods, animal milks, animal byproducts, animal eggs, everything from beef to chicken to pork. And if you think you're eating chicken because it's the new healthy, thing, or the pork is the new white meat, as I've seen it advertised, it's a bunch of bull, because all animal foods, all animal flesh, all animal milk, all animal fetuses and eggs and all that has, let's see, how much fiber? Zero fiber in all animal food. The only food that contains fiber is food like this, my friends. Fruits, vegetables, sprouts, grains, nuts, seeds. Vegetarian, vegan food has fiber, and animal food has none. And because the American diet is one of the highest in the entire world of animal food, think about it. A hamburger, a milkshake, maybe you get some greasy French fries in and you think that's your vegetable, and it is the #1 eaten vegetable in America, by the way. That's scary, French fries. But we have a fiberless diet. So the product that I'm talking about today, my HerbalMucil Plus formula, the main thing I'm starting to talk about is fiber. It contains fiber. It's almost pure fiber, and I'm getting into your body what your digestive system is craving in order for you to have bowel movements. This isn't necessarily a cathartic formula or a laxative formula, but it is going to create a miracle in your body when you see how wonderful and how easy it is to have a bowel movement once you use the HerbalMucil product. Now, secondly, the reason I call it HerbalMucil Plus is because beyond the fiber that is naturally in it, okay, it's 100% herbal and 100% organic. So the fiber in it is naturally present in these herbs. But also what the plus is all about are the mucilaginous and gelatinous herbs, the slippery herbs in here that hold water and turn into a mucilaginous or a jelly-like compound that soothe the irritation in your digestive tract. Now, you might say to me, well, my digestive tract isn't irritated. Let's see, you drink soda pop? Try holding that in your mouth for 10 minutes and see how badly it burns you. It's burning your guts, but you don't have the nerves down here, so you can't feel it. But not only soda pop, sugar, coffee, alcohol, junk food of all types, and on top of that, your poor digestive system, because you're eating all this animal food that it can't digest very well, is excreting massive amounts of hydrochloric acid and very strong alkaline salts mixed with the soda pop and the coffee and the alcohol and the sugar and all these burning digestive fluids, and you're just burning up your guts. Let me tell you, friends, we all need mucilaginous, we all need gelatinous, we all need soothing. And that's what the plus is about in the HerbalMucil Plus. Now let me show you how easy it is for you to make this drink at home, and you only need to do it once a day unless you have a serious problem, and then you can do a couple a day. Okay, friends, let's make the HerbalMucil Plus drink, and I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, one thing you need is a teaspoon. We all have that. The other thing you need is some type of sports bottle. I like the new stainless steel wide mouth ones, and you're going to see one that's going to be available to you really soon, but we're just going to use this, I think it's a Rubbermaid type sports bottle here. And the first thing you do is always add a little bit of liquid first. Now, it's going to be 8 ounces of fruit juice and 8 ounces of water, making 16 ounces into this drink. But come on, life's too short. Let's not turn this into rocket science or calculus. It's real easy stuff, my friends. I'm going to just start by adding a little water. Oh, how much is that? Well, that is 2.679 ounces of water into the jar, simply because if you put the HerbalMucil in first and then pour the liquid on top, it all sticks to the bottom of this and it's a pain to clean, and I don't do anything unless it's real easy. Second, open the HerbalMucil Plus up and take a rounded teaspoon. There it is right there, a rounded teaspoon, and dump it in. This is easy. Then I'm going to use a little diluted pomegranate juice just to give it some flavor, and I broke my own recipe here because I'm adding in about, I don't know, that looks like 15.32 ounces here. You can see the powder floating a little bit on top. Come on in, cameraman, for a little close-up here. And there's the powder floating on top. You can see a little stuck to the sides, but nothing on the bottom. You simply close the top like this and give it 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. 5 seconds of shaking, done. Totally mixed up. Open it up and drink it down. Now you'll find that the HerbalMucil Plus on its own has absolutely no flavor at all. So the only flavor you're going to taste is the juice that you mix it with. So have some fun with this. Experiment. Use different juices. You can use fruit juice. You can use vegetable juice. You can make it in just water if you like the organic, earthy taste of the HerbalMucil. But mix it in any liquid you want. Now, what's going to happen, I'm not going to drink all this because I want you to see what's going to happen, because right now it's in liquid state. And you drink it down. This isn't something you put in the refrigerator or put on the counter for an hour and drink it later. You want to mix it up, shake it up like I did, and then drink it down. But now we're going to move ahead in time for 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like when it gets in your digestive tract and in your bowel. Wow, I can't wait to see this. Okay, here we are, about 15 minutes later, and take a look at this. Remember, when you drink it, it's thin and easy to drink. But once it's in your digestive tract and once it's in your colon, that's really when the miracle happens. Take a look at the consistency now and the viscosity now. It doesn't even want to come out of the opening in the sports bottle anymore. This is the magic. This is the miracle of herbs that contain fiber and herbs that are mucilaginous and herbs that are gelatinous. Okay, back up. Here we go. Friends, Jay Leno said it on his Tonight Show, and I'm going to say it again to you right now. Use my HerbalMucil Plus, and you're going to want to call all your friends and all your relatives and tell them you just had the best bowel movement you've ever had in your life.